Cascading of IO operations. Cascading of IO operations. So in the previous class, so we discussed about the input as well as output operations. Now the next topic is cascading of IO operations. So what is the meaning of cascading of IO operations means? See, for example, see out x value is again see out x. Similarly, I will take one more example. See out y value is again see out y. So here we have printed two values. One is x value and one more is y value. So what is cascading of IO operation means? Instead of writing the 4 lines, we can write within 2 lines. We can print the same data. So how means see out x value the value of x and y is see out x y. See out x y. Here x value is see out x, see out y value is see out y. Here I am writing four different instructions to print the value of x on the output screen. So instead of writing the 4 instructions, within 2 instructions I will complete the same task. The value of x and y is x, y. So this mechanism we are calling as cascading of IO functions. So cascading of IO functions means writing 1 or 2 statement instead of more than 2 or 3 statements. So that one we are calling as a cascading of IO operations. Now we will move on to the next topic. Statements are control statements. See, what is statement means? A statement is nothing but instruction given to the compiler to perform a task. Instruction given to the compiler to perform a task is called statements. So again in the statements we have many number of categories. So single line statement, multiple line statement, control statement, iteration statements, See, what is mean by single line statements means? So the statement which having a single instruction, that statement we are calling a single line statement. For example, see out enter A. See out enter A. So this is an example for a single line statement. Here we given this instruction within 1 line. So that line statement we are calling as a single line statement. And what is the meaning of multiple line statements means? Say a set of statements which are enclosed within a pair of curly braces. So those statements we are calling as a multiple line statements. For example, so if A is equal to B, temp A is equal to temp is equal to A is equal to B is equal to temp. See, this example for if A is greater than B, temp is equal to A is equal to B is equal to temp. Here these three statements which are enclosed within a pair of statements, correct? So this type of statements we are calling as multiple line statements. Means within a pair of curly braces, more than one instruction should be there. So that one we are calling as a multiple line statements. Multiple line statements. Now we are coming across the third category, control statements. So these control statements we are calling as a conditional statements. We are calling as a conditional statements. So what is conditional statement means? The statements which are used to check the condition. So those statements we are calling as a conditional statements. So in the conditional statement we have the different types of categories. So first we will discuss one by one. Simple if statement. Simple if statement. And second one is if else statement. If else statement. Third one is else if ladder. Else if ladder statement. Fourth one is else if ladder statement. Fourth one is nested if statement. Nested if statement. And last one is switch statement. Switch statement. So here, these are all the examples for the control statements or conditional statements in C++. Simple if statement, if else statement, else if ladder statement, nested if statement, and switch statement. Now we will discuss one by one. First I will take the simple if statement. Simple if statement. So simple if statement is a conditional statement. So which is used to check a condition. Which is used to check a condition. The condition, it will output two different types of output. True value as well as false value. When the condition is true, it will output a true value. If the condition is false, it will output a false value. So when you are writing the simple if statement, first we need to write the syntax. So how to write the syntax for simple if statement means if followed by condition, if followed by condition, followed by statement 1. Statement 1. So this is general syntax to print, to check a condition. So the simple if statement we are calling as a one-way statement. One-way statement. So why we are calling one-way statement means here we are going to check only one condition here. Okay now here I use simple example for this one. Example, if A is equal to 10, if A is equal to 10, C out A is equal to A. So what is the meaning of this one? If A is equal to 10, C out A is equal to A. So here what happened? We are checking the condition whether A is equal to 10 or not. If it is equal to 10 means now we are going to print the value of A, otherwise we want to print any value. Okay, so here again we are using the double equals here. So this is a relational expression. The condition in if else should be relational expression. So what is expression? Expression is nothing but it is a combination of operators and operands. Operators and operands. Relational expression is nothing but the expression containing operand and relational operator. Here double equals is a relational operator. A and 10 are the operands. So the combination of operands and relational operator we are calling as a relational expression. Here we are using the double equal symbol. So what is double equal symbol says? Comparison operator. Comparison operator. Here we are going to compare the value of A with 10, whether A is equal to 10 or not. A is equal to 10 or not. So here the condition is true means it will print the value of A. The condition is false means it won't print any value. It will go for the next statement to be executed. The next statement should be executed if the condition is false. Now second one is if else statement. If else statement. So what is if else statement means? So it is also one of the conditional statement, and this statement we are calling as a two-way conditional checking statement or two-way statement. Here why we are calling if else is a two-way selection statement or two-way conditional statements means. So in this case, if the condition is true means one statement will be print. If the condition false means another statement will be print. Now first we'll discuss about the syntax part. Syntax: if condition statement 1 will be executed when the condition is true. If the condition is false, statement 2 will be executed. Here if is a keyword and else also a keyword to represent the if else. Condition is a relational expression. Statement 1 and statement 2 are the executable statements. If condition is true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition is false, statement 2 will be executed. Now we will see a simple example. So assume A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 6. Assume A is equal to 5, B is equal to 6. If A is greater than B, so I will print a message: see out A is big. See out A is big. Else see out B is big. B is big. Now, so here we are going to check whether A value is greater value or B value is greater value by using the relational expression or a condition. Here what is the condition? A is greater than B. According to our input values, A is 5 and B is 6. So 5 is greater than 6 means we can say B is big. Correct? According to our given assumption values, A is equal to 5, B is equal to 6, we can say B is the biggest value or greater value. Now I substitute the same values into the expression. 5 is greater than 6. Here the condition is false. So if the condition is false, it will be output else part value. So else part statement is B is big. B is big. Suppose if you consider A is equal to 15 and B is equal to 6. In this case what happened? 15 is greater than 6. So here also we check the condition whether 15 is greater than 6 or not. If the condition is true means A is big, condition is false means B is big. According to our given values, 15 is greater than 6, condition is true. Condition is true. If the condition is true means, so automatically it will be output if statement. The if statement is A is big. A is big. So this statement we are calling as a two-way statement or two-way branching statement or two-way selection statement. So in this case, here we are going to check the two conditions. If one condition is true, else part will, the condition is true, if statement will be printed. If the condition is false, else statement will be printed. Now we are moving on to the third topic, third conditional statement, else if ladder. Else if ladder. So what is else if ladder means? Here whenever we are going to check more than two conditions in a problem, so at those situations we are using the else if ladder statement. Else if ladder statement. So whenever we are going to check more than two conditions, at that time we are using the else if ladder statement. Now first we will discuss the syntax part. So here the syntax: if condition 1 is true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition 1 is false, again we will go to the second condition, condition 2, statement 2 will be executed. Again if condition 2 also false, third condition will be executed. If it is true means statement 3 will be executed. So it will keep on keep on checking for the conditions up to nth conditions. If nth condition is false, at that time statement n will be executed. Here else if, so up to nth conditions, up to m conditions it will check the condition. If mth condition is true, statement m will be executed. If mth statement is false, no need to check for the any condition for the else part, automatically statement n will be executed. So this is the else if ladder. Here first condition 1 will be checked. If the condition is true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition is false, so it will go for the second condition. The second condition is true means statement 2 will be executed. If the second condition is false means again it will go for the third condition. If that condition is true means statement 3 will be executed. So like this, if we keep on checking the condition up to nth conditions, if mth condition is true, statement m will be executed. If all m conditions are fail or false, for that case statement n will be executed. For statement n, no need to check any condition. No need to check any condition. So this is regarding syntax explanation about the else if ladder. Else if ladder. So now we take a simple example. So what is our example says? How to check? Write a program to check the given number is positive or negative or 0. Here we have three conditions to check whether the number is a positive number or the number is a negative number or the number is a 0. Here how to write that one means, first we have to take the input value. Assume your input value is n. If n is greater than 0, I will print a message Cout n is positive. N is positive. Similarly, I will go for the second condition. Else if n is less than 0, Cout n is negative. N is negative. Else Cout n is 0. Else Cout n is 0. Here we are going to check three conditions here, whether n is a 0 value or a positive value or a negative value. So here first condition, n is greater than 0. So for example, if you take n is equal to 10, so it will check the first condition, 10 is greater than 0, the condition is true, it will print n is positive. It will print n is positive. It won't check for another conditions here. It will stop here only. Suppose if the n value is a negative value, if the n value is a negative value, say minus 10. So in this case what happened? Minus 10 is greater than 0, condition is false. If the condition is false means it will go for the second condition. In the second condition we are already mentioned. So what is the expression? N is less than 0, that is minus 10 is less than 0. Now the condition is true. If the condition is true means automatically it will print the else if part statement, that is n is negative. N is negative. Now I will take the third example. Suppose if the n value is 0, suppose the n value is 0, in this case what happened? If the number is not positive or not negative means obviously the third option is the 0 option. For that option no need to check the condition. Here 0 is greater than 0, condition is false. Again go for the next condition. 0 is less than 0, condition is false. If both the conditions are false means the third condition will be the satisfied condition. For that condition no need to represent any condition for the else part. So the output is n is 0. The output is n is 0. So this is regarding else if ladder statement. The next topic is nested if statement. Nested if statement. So what is nested if statement means? Within one if statement we have another if statement. That case we are calling as a nested if statement. Now for example, if condition 1 open, again if condition 2 statement 1 will be there, else statement 2 will be there. So this one we are calling as a nested if statement. Nested if statement. Here first if condition is there, condition 1 is true means it will be enter into the inner condition. If the inner condition also true means statement 1 will be executed. So if the inner condition is false means statement 2 will be executed. Statement 2 will be executed. Now I will take simple example for this one. If A is greater than B, A is greater than B, and if A is equal to see A is greater than B, if A is greater than B and A is greater than 0, A is greater than B, A is greater than 0, C out statement I will write A is positive, A is positive. So else C out A is negative, A is negative. Here just I have written one simple code to demonstrate if statement. Suppose here A is equal to 5, A is equal to 5, A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 1, B is equal to 1. Here what is our question behind this program segment, whether A is positive or negative, whether A is positive or negative. Here A is equal to 5, B is equal to 1, so 5 is greater than 1, 5 is greater than 1, condition is true. The condition is true means again we are going to check whether A value is greater than 0 or not, means A value is a positive number or not. Here again I will check the condition 5 is greater than 0, so I can print a message A is positive, A is positive. Suppose here A is equal to -1, B is equal to -2. So in this case what happened? Both the values are negative values. -1 is greater than -2, condition is true. Condition is true. Again -1 is greater than 0, condition is false. So I can print the message A is negative. A is negative. So this is a simple example to demonstrate nested if statement. So nested if statement is nothing but within one if statement we have another if statement. So that concept we are calling as a nested if statement. Nested statement means within one thing, one statement, another statement. So that concept we are calling as a nested concept. Nested if statement means within one if statement we having another if statement. So that method we are calling as a nested if statement method. Now the last conditional statement is switch statement. Here the switch statement we are calling as a selection statement. We are calling as a selection statement. So why we are calling switch statement is a selection statement means switch, it is a selection statement. Selection statement. So why we are calling this a selection statement means I will give a simple real time example. Suppose when we are visiting any fruit shop, so in the fruit shop we have different types of fruits like banana, mango, orange, papaya, pomegranate. So like this we have the n number of fruits. We have the n number of fruits. Out of n number of fruits, we can choose any fruit. We can choose any fruit. Here what happened? Here out of n number of options, we can choose any one option. So like that also in the switch statement also same thing. We have the n number of options. Among n number of options, we can choose any one option as a input, sorry, as a operation. So in the selection statement. So now we will discuss the syntax about the switch statement. Switch followed by choice, open braces, case value 1, statement 1 will be executed, break, case value 2, statement 2, break, so on up to case value n, statement n, break, default, statement m, close curly braces. See, this general syntax represents how the switch statement will be performed. Here, switch followed by choice. A choice is the input for the switch statement. A choice is the input for the switch statement. Here, the choice value may be a integer value or floating point value or anything. And case value statement 1 break. So here, what happens? When the choice is 1, the first case value will be executed. When the choice is 2, second case value will be executed. When the choice is n case value will be executed. If the choice is out of this number of options means at the time default statement will be executed. Now here the case, switch, break. So these are all the built-in values. Here switch is a keyword and case is a keyword, break also one of the unconditional statement. Here the case value is always a integer value or a character value. So the case value is always a integer value or a character value. Here if the choice is 1, statement 1 will be executed, again break will be executed. Here we are using one more special statement called break statement in the switch. Why? Because suppose your choice is first choice, statement 1 will be executed. So when we are having the break statement, what happens? It will terminate the entire loop. Here this one we are calling as a loop. So when the statement 1 will be executed, no need to execute the remaining statements for the switch. So in order to perform this operation, we are using the break. So break is an unconditional statement. So it is used to terminate a loop. So when the first case value is matching with the choice, statement 1 will be executed. After execution of statement 1, no need to execute the second, third or n number of statements. So how we can do this one? By using the break, it will be terminate the entire loop. So we can skip the remaining choices for execution. So that is regarding the switch statement. Now here default also one of the keyword. This statement will be executed when the choice is not matching with the available choices. At the time default statement will be executed. Now we will see a simple example. C out. So 1 for addition operation, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication, and here we are supposed to write a switch statement to perform the three basic arithmetic operations: add, subtraction, multiplication using switch. C in choice. If want before the C in, we can write C out, enter your choice. I will write that one also. C out, enter your choice. C out, enter your choice. Again, read the choice value by using C in choice. C in choice. Here there are three options or three choices. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now C switch followed by choice. Switch followed by choice. Case value is 1 followed by colon. Again, here we need to perform which operation? Addition operation. So before that, if you want, we can include int a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 6. Instead of retrieving the values for a and b, just write a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 6. C is equal to a plus b. C out, C is equal to C break. C is equal to C break. Again, case 2, C is equal to a minus b. C out, C is equal to C. Next break. Now case 3, C is equal to a star b. C out, C is equal to C break. Default statement, C out, invalid choice. Close the switch statement. Here we have written a simple program to demonstrate switch statement. We have three choices: 1 for addition operation, 2 for subtraction operation, 3 for multiplication operation. C out, enter your choice. C in choice. Here we are going to enter choice either 1 or 2 or 3. Suppose if it is 1, so switch choice, the choice value is 1. What happened? So control will be go to the case 1. Here the case value is 1, choice is 1. If both are equal, choice value is 1, case value is 1. If both are equal, so it will be executed the statements related to the first case. What are the statements related to the first case? C is equal to a plus b, C out, C break. Here C is equal to a plus b. We already know the value for a and b. A is 5 and b is 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. C out, C is equal to 11. Break, termination of the switch statement. Now we'll go for the second option. Suppose your choice is 2. Switch choice is 2. First the choice is comparing the case value. Your choice is 2. Here the case value is 1. So 1 is not equal to 2. 1 is not equal to 2 means here the condition is false. If the condition is false means again we will go for the second value comparison. Here choice is 2 and case value is 2. So both are same. If both are same means second option will be selected and the related statements are executed. What are the related statements for second case? C is equal to a minus b, C out C and break. This is C. C out, C break. Now in this case what happened? C is equal to 5 minus 6, that is minus 1. C out C is equal to minus 1. So again it will execute the break. So break, what happens? It will terminate the switch statement. Now we will move on to the third case, 3. Now the choice is 3. If the choice is 3 means what happened? Again It will compare the case values. The case value is 1, comparing with 3, so there is no matching. If there is no matching means again we will compare for the second case value. Second case value is 2 and your choice is 3. Again there is no matching. If there is no matching means again you will go for the third case. The case value is 3. Again your choice also 3. So both are same. If both are same means the statements related to the third case will be executed. Now what are the statements related to the third case? C is equal to A star B, C out C, C break. Now C is equal to 5 into 6, 5 into 6. So C is equal to 30, it will print C is equal to 30. Again it will execute the break statement to terminate the switch statement. Now I will go for the default statement. Now suppose your choice is 5. What is your choice? 5. So in this case what happened? First the choice value will be comparing with the case value. 1 is not equal to 5. Again it will compare with the second case value. 2 is not equal to 5. Again it will compare with the third case value. 5 is not equal to 3. See, if all the case values are not matching with the choice value, at the time default statement will be executed. In the default statement we return invalid choice. Why? Because so among the 4 choices, so what you taken the input choice that is not matching with the any choices, so that's why we are going to print a default statement. So the default statement is invalid choice, and the default statement is optional statement. It may be there, may not be there, that is not mandatory in the switch statement. So this is regarding the selection statement. So here we are calling a switch statement is a selection statement. So selection statement means, so by using this switch statement we can choose any one option out of n number of options. Here option is nothing but the choice. According to this example we are given 3 choices. After 3 choices we can choose any one choice as a input. One choice as a input. So which one we are choosing that choice, according to that choice the corresponding statement will be executed. So this is regarding the switch. So I already explained what is the break also. Break is an unconditional statement. So this break statement used to terminate a loop. So why we are using the break statement in the switch means when the case 1 is executed, no need to execute second case and third case. Why? Because the case value is matching with the choice value. If both are same means only though the case related value should be executed. No need to execute the remaining case value statements. That's why we are using the break statement in the switch. So this is regarding the conditional statements. Now the next statement is iteration statement is there. So what is iteration statement means? Iteration is nothing but loop. Here iteration statements are looping statements. So what is looping statements means? The statement which is used to perform a single task n number of times. So those situations we are using the looping statements. So there are 3 different looping statements in your C++. One is for, second one is while, and third one is do while. For, while, do while. So these statements we are calling as a looping statements. So the looping statement is nothing but a statement which is executed any task by n number of times, or whenever we need to perform a single task many number of times, those situations we are using the looping statements. So and what are the different looping statements available in the C++ means for loop, while loop and do while loop. Now in the next class we will discuss about what is the syntax of each and every looping statements and how we can write the programs using the looping statement. We will discuss in the next class. Thank you to all.